This is my partner I. My partner's name is Andrew Salzman, and I am Sebastian Shipke. Our final tower looks like this. We wanted to make the roof unique, so we added different types of flags. We added Germany, Italy, Israel, and Japan. Here was our initial idea and sketch of what we wanted our tower to look like. We wanted X's on each level and supports for our tower's sides. Our tower is no different than what we wanted it to look like because there was a new building code, and my partner and I had to add a roof. Finally, our tower is beginning to gain form for its potential outcome. We added the X feature on the bottom for extra support. X's don't move and squares move from side to side, causing potential disaster for our tower. My partner and I added the second set of X's to our tower so the first story doesn't crumble under the earthquake. We added tape in the middle of the X so that the X will stay together and not fall apart. Then we added X's and triangles to the top of the tower and right in between the stories so as the stories don't shake and fall in between each other. Finally, we added the paper for the roof and paper for the floors of each story to hold sandbags. This is me trying to add the roof to our tower. These are the final measurements of our tower. Our final measurements and the height is a good height. Our tower is 69 centimeters high and each story is 19 centimeters tall. Here are some sandbags on our tower. The sandbags are 250 grams and we hope to put the sandbags on our tower during the earthquake. This big clump of tape is what we did to try and strengthen our tower. This might strengthen our tower by holding the pieces together, so when we create an earthquake for the tower, it will stay in one piece. The strongest parts of our tower are the X's. These X's are the strongest parts because we reinforce the straws with tape and small pieces of straws in the middle where the two straws are connected. Here is the weakest part of our tower. This is the weakest part of the tower because it is alone and has no supports to support it. Finally, here is some of the tape that we used to support our tower and make it stronger. The tape helped us by connecting the straws, holding the roof, and by making the supports hold. This paper is extra supplies used for the roof and the flooring. We mostly used them to hold the sandbags and to make the tower look nice. Here our tower had 10 sandbags, which is 2,500 grams. It started to shake. I honestly thought it was going to fall down, but that didn't happen.
Alright, Micah, go.
What's this? Oh, adios.
This is for 10.
Adios.
Steady still.
No, really, stop. Finally, on 12 sandbags, our tower sadly collapsed. It collapsed on the left leg where it bent and fell to the right. This is the XYZ graph that shows up and down movement, side to side, and forward back motion. The X graph shows side to side movement, the Y axis is forward backward movement, and the Z graph shows up and down movement. A lot of people have asked how many sandbags my tower has held. My tower has held about 10 sandbags, which is 2,500 grams. My building failed on the left corner here, as you can hopefully see if you're not blind. And so it failed because it came out of the ground and collapsed. Our building failed on the left corner. It failed because we just didn't add enough tape to secure it down, and that made me really sad. I could have made my tower stronger, by adding cross supports right in the top so it evens out the weight of the sandbags. There was a lot of weight, and that's the reason why our tower collapsed. Things that I enjoyed about building this tower was the hands-on with learning and about science, and also another thing that I enjoyed was my partner Andrew Salzman. He was very fun and he was a very enjoyable partner to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrew Salzman, and I've heard a lot of questions about how many sandbags did your tower support? And I'm here to answer that question. You guys out there, if you're really wondering still, my tower supported 10 sandbags. It's a 95%.
My building failed right around this area. Right here, see? It collapsed because I don't really think we taped our thing down to the platform very well, and it was just very weak because it was kind of like very bendy. You see this? It bent too easily. But the way I could have fixed it, I regret this totally, like not doing it this way. But I could have just doubled up and stopped wasting like straws up, like over here and up here, and like I wasted like 5 straws up there. And yeah, that's kind of it. What I learned from building my own tower was it's not easy. You can't be a centimeter an inch off. It's stressful. Now I understand how like real builders are, and yeah, it's just really difficult because our tower succeeded, but in the real life, if you don't succeed, you're gonna have to like tear it down and redo it. I enjoyed many things about building a tower, especially getting to have my own style and like my own architecture. Because all my life you stood by me, everybody else was building towers, but not me, and I just felt left out. So doing that made me felt really good, and also it felt nice to like see what my dad was like. So I got to play his job as like a developer, and also I really liked having Sebastian. He made a lot of funny contributions because of the flags, and he's hilarious. He's really nice, and I worked really well with him, and I can't wait to do another project with him. Thank you so much.